maging malakas? Minsan pag may problema tayo, ang sinasabi ng mga tao, just be strong. Ano bang ibig sabihin nun? Thank you for joining me here in Joy in Me today. Tonight, we're going to talk about strength. This is our Forward Friday. I am Jack Sai. Let's start. Lahat tayo gusto nating maging malakas, 'di ba? When we were growing up, people applaud us kapag finally nagawa na natin ang isang bagay ng mag-isa. Or kapag hindi na tayo kinabahan pag gagawin natin ang isang bagay. Yung mukhang kayang-kaya na natin. In such a way that as adults, we equate strength to the same things, no? Na kinaya mo ang lahat. Or kinaya mong mag-isa ang isang bagay. That is strength. Paano kung hindi mo kaya? Paano kung hindi mo kayang mag-isa? Does that mean you're not strong? I define strength not equated to the solution or dun sa end point. I define strength as just the willingness to move on, to keep at a task, keep at a goal, or keep at a solution. Yung act lang na willing ako na gawin pa rin to is strength enough for me. That is why in this Forward Friday, I am going to share with you 3 questions that I ask myself every time I see a bump on the road at napapatanong talaga ako sa sarili ko kung kakayanin ko ba to. The first question that I ask myself is this. Check. Do you have a choice? Do I have a choice? Sometimes we do not have a choice because of circumstances. Paano kung tungkol sa pamilya? Paano kung you have to earn a living and spend because you're a breadwinner? Or because of the importance of a goal or the importance of a person that you're working things out with. If you think that it's too important to give up and you do not have a choice because you really want to get through this, or you really want to get to a solution, an answer, or really want to work things out with a certain person, then you just tell yourself, check, you don't have a choice. You have to go through this. Does that mean that I have to go through it nang hindi kinakabahan, hindi nalulungkot, hindi natatakot? No. Despite those, I have to go through this. Kaya malungkot ako, kaya nanghihina ako, kaya napapagod ako, kaya natatakot ako. I just have to acknowledge all those feelings. Pero, I have to go through it. I don't have a choice. The second question that I ask myself is this. Where do I start? Because the answer to the first question is a decision, despite and in spite, I have to toughen my mind. I have to tell myself, okay, because you said that decision, that is your decision, then no matter what, you are going to keep at it. You have to strengthen your mind. You have to consider all possibilities, all possible solutions, all possible answers. Kung yun ang unang-una nating tatrabahuhin, we cannot insist that we are going to figure all of these things out all on our own. When we do that and we insist to do that, we live in our minds, and like water is to a puddle, dun sa isang enclosed na space at hindi nag-flow, we tend to live in the problem or in the available solutions o yung aware lang tayo na solutions. And every time we get to hit a wall, nalilimit tayo o nagiging negative yung puddle na yon. No? So yung puddle na yon can become murky, and in our mind, it could become toxic. What is the solution to that? You have to expose yourself to different varying materials, positive, proactive materials that is aligned to your values, of course. Whether it's a book or a video or maybe people, a mentor, a friend. Pero you have to go through that exercise of making that idea or making that your thought process flow outwards towards others that can give you alternative answers to whatever it is that you're trying to find an answer for or find a solution for. Para hindi siya maging murky at you don't live in your, or hindi siya maging negative as time goes on. Lastly, the question that I ask is, how do I keep at it? Simpleng sagot lang din. And that is to put one foot ahead of the other. One step at a time. Minsan, and I've shared this many times in the past videos, minsan the solution is not visible where you are at the moment. Or hindi mo pa nagagawa yung groundwork para actually ma-reach mo yung point na hanap ka na ng solution. So sometimes all we have to do is to put one foot forward ahead of the other so that we get to a point na kita na natin kung ano yung possibilities. Minsan hindi solution, minsan ang mahahanap mo ay sagot, a fork in the road na kung hindi ka nagmo-move forward, you won't come across with. So therefore, just take it one day at a time. Keep working at it. Do not give up on it because again, you already answered number 1 and you already did number 2. So the first question is, do you have a choice? If you do not have a choice, then keep working at it. Whether you're afraid or malungkot o natatakot, keep working at it. Number 2 is to reach out to people so that you get new ideas, new insights, new perspectives, so that it will help you also process not only your thoughts but also your feelings. You don't have to be afraid or natatakot o nalilito all on your own. Pwede kang magsama ng ibang tao. And maybe there you will find that there is strength in numbers. And number 3, how do you keep moving on? Just put one foot ahead of the other. And you will definitely, papasaan pa, at mahahanap mo rin ang hinahanap mong sagot. Another thing I'd like to address in terms of strength is this. Sometimes we are too fast to come to the aid of the weak and the weary, or those who appear, or those who admit that they are weak. But sometimes we also have to reach out to people who cannot admit that they are weak, or that they are sad, or they cannot, or that they that they are weary. Sometimes sila yung mas kailangan because they have, maybe in their mind they feel that they're not eligible to be weak because they are the strong man in the family, or they are the breadwinner, or that they've always been the person that people run to. In my experience, they are the ones who need the most help, or they're the ones who needs to be invited to be vulnerable. Kamustahin natin sila. This is our Forward Friday. It's almost Christmas. I hope your preparations are aligned to the welcoming of Christ in our hearts. See you again next week. Bye.